Good afternoon, everybody. So, I think that awareness is absolutely critical in any sort of transformation. We become aware so that we can make more empowered decisions that support the system that we feel inspired to support. So, today I'd love to bring awareness to our meat system, and this is a huge topic, absolutely huge. And I'm just sort of like really skimming the surface, but hopefully you're going to walk away with this from this video with some tools about how it is that you can support a much more sustainable system if you do eat meat. So currently there's 5 companies that are supplying most of the meat in the United States. These are 5 major meat production companies. And this is supplying, again, 99% of the meat that we consume. And there are so many different implications of having this industry consolidated to, 5 major companies running the show. One of these aspects that I'll address today is the way that they're treating their animals, and the way that they're treating their animals then ripples into the final product that they're delivering is really affecting our health. Of course, it's affecting the health of the animal while it's exposed to these conditions, and then of course it's affecting the environment big time, big time, big time. So in these confined animal feeding operations that 99.9% of poultry is currently exposed to, it's factory farmed, 95% of pigs, 97% of hens laying eggs, and 78% of cattle are all factory farmed, and this is basically their living condition in these confined animal feeding operations, which are so sad. So there's so many different implications to the confined animal feeding operations. However, what I really want to address and touch on today is what it is that they're eating and the drugs that they're exposed to and how that's rippling into the final product and really affecting our health. So they are eating a lot of genetically modified foods, which we just don't know the story of. Really, there hasn't been a lot of research done. Actually, there's been a ton of research done, but it's all suppressed. That's another story. But this unknown the health implications of GMO food is still really unknown. It's such a new science. The second one is that there's a lot of contamination in the feed with the byproducts of pesticides and herbicides, synthetic fertilizers that are used in the production of a lot of the foods that they're eating, and therefore they're ingesting them and being exposed to them. An example is dioxins. Dioxins are known hormonal disruptors in both the animal and then also in us, the people who eat them. They're also having to, because these confined animal feeding operations are such filthy environments where these animals are not allowed to express their natural behavior, they have to put subtherapeutic doses of antibiotics in the feed. And so what's really happening there, one aspect of what's happening there is there's all of this bacteria that's becoming resistant to these antibiotics. And this is actually like blow the foghorn, because this is like really, really big, and something that we need to become more aware of, the implications of feeding all of these animals antibiotics and then these superbugs that are happening in response to them. So they're they're feeding them medications and growth hormones that speed up their heart and make them feel like they're going crazy, increase anxiety and aggression and body temperature. And again, all of this is just resulting in this final product of what it is that we are consuming that is devastating our health. So this results, again, another result of this is, it's a very cheap product, a very cheap meat product that they're now able to give the consumer, which is kind of seductive in the moment, when maybe someone doesn't have a lot of money, but we're ending up paying for it on the tail end with feeling like shit a lot of the time, and health services and medications, and not being able to live the life that we really want to live. So we've got to step forward and really focus on promoting another system and supporting another system. And this is grass-fed. This is no added hormones or antibiotics or growth promoters. This is organic meat. This is pasture raised if it's poultry. This is free range and pasture raised if it's eggs. We've got to start just really channeling and focusing our dollars and our energy in this direction to see it grow. So when set side by side, a conventional meat product versus a grass-fed meat product, this example is in a cow. They literally have two different nutritional profiles, and like literally two different nutritional profiles. So the conventional meat has a lot more higher rate of omega-6 fatty acids and a lot lower omega-3 fatty acids, and that ratio really contributes to chronic inflammation. And what we're recognizing about chronic inflammation is that it's a common denominator in most diseases and illnesses. So that in and of itself is just fueling the fire of inflammation. A grass-fed product has a much more balanced ratio of omega-3s to omega-6s, a lot more omega-3s in the grass-fed product, and higher zinc, L-carnitine, conjugated linoleic acid, a lot lower saturated fat. And all of this is really important because then you're just getting way, way, way more vitamins, minerals, nutrients that are then supporting your health. And essential fatty acids, we call them essential fatty acids because they are essential for our health. You guys, this is just really, really, like, this little explanation does not do any way, shape, or form what it is that I'm saying justice, but it just felt really important for me to get the word out that, like, if we do eat meat, we've just got to focus our money again on grass-fed, pasture-raised, organic, no hormones, no antibiotics, and really looking for your local butcher and your local farm, because that's the way that we change this system. And again, it's not only going to impact the way that we're feeling in our body, but we're impacting Big Mama, and that's our earth. And then of course the beings that are having, exposed to these living conditions. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, and thanks for being conscious and aware and really choosing to be the change that we want to see and that we're craving in this world. May your day continue to flourish in the brightness that you are.